Yes, we're back again. Welcome to the 13th and final round podcast.
And today we have a very special guest in the house, Paul Bamba in the house.
Yes,
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah,
Paul.
yeah,
Paul.
yeah.
Nice one. Paul, thank you for coming to the 13th final round. We're only here just to know who Paul is. We want to know who Paul is. Tell me who Paul is as a person. Tell the people out there, who are you?
What do you want people to know about you as a person?
I just like people to mainly know I'm a hardworking person.
You are, definitely.
I'm resourceful, and I think it's never a lack of resources, just a lack of resourcefulness. So if you put your best foot forward, you can always turn something around.
So where do you come from, Paul? Well, where you come from? Was it America? Which part of America did you come from? Where's your background and everything?
New York.
Oh, background?
Yeah, give me your background.
My father is from Cote d'Ivoire, from Ivory Coast, West Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my mother is from Puerto Rico. I was born in Puerto Rico.
Nice.
Okay.
Bit of a
Tell us
mix.
about yourself.
Yeah, a bit of a mix.
Nice. Tell us about yourself, man. Where you lived and where you come from and everything.
I grew up a bit all over, and then where I live now, I currently reside in New York, but I'm thinking about making a move full-time over here to the UK.
You like it over here?
Whereabouts in New York was you?
I like the training.
Yeah?
Training's really good.
Yeah. Whereabouts in New York did you live? I lived in New York myself.
All over. In the beginning, I used to bounce from like room to room. You could rent rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now I live in Seaport.
Okay, because I spent about 2 years when I was young. I went to school and everything. I went to Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Rockaway Parkway. I remember the street.
Yeah.
Rockaway Parkway, you know that area? That's my school. And I went to PS 83, I think it was. The big high school. Just around the back of it.
Okay.
I went there and I spent some time over there. And yeah, man.
I lived in Bed-Stuy on Nordstrom and Atlantic Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So how do you look at America? How do you enjoy it? You enjoy living out there?
What's the
America?
difference
Yeah.
between America and living in England?
Oh,
for you?
it's tougher over there. It's tougher.
I would say the food. I would say the food's a lot better in New York.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
You get a bigger portion.
Bigger portions. It's more seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the burgers are bigger.
I would say I do like that about England though. Overall, like the portions are a lot healthier and there's not like, so much sugar and stuff.
That's
like that,
right.
which is actually pretty good, especially while I'm trying to lose weight. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
And you're into the fitness side as well, aren't you? The coaching side.
Yeah, for the most part, except after fights, I like to indulge. I love cheeseburgers.
I know what you're saying.
With bacon.
You know what I like about that, right? As a coach with my clients, I always tell my clients they get this perception of you've got to count every calorie, watch the macronutrients, they can't enjoy the life and all the rest of it. And I try to teach balance about
Moderation.
Yeah,
moderation.
and I think it's the right thing because the thing is the people not admitting that they're doing that, they're still doing it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Food is my life.
Yeah, well,
I don't drink, I don't smoke. Food's my life.
It's like in the Bible, it says do everything in moderation. It's like diet, telling you about the diet.
Yeah.
Because if you overeat, you're going to put weight on.
Yeah.
Moderation, your body will burn it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the same.
How did you get into the fitness? Was it through being in the Marines, or was it a passion from when you were younger?
I would say a bit of a passion, but I started boxing at Morris Park Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
That's where like I learned boxing. I was struggling at the time, but then they said you could make money teaching people, and I was like, I didn't have a job, so I was like, oh, cool. And,
I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. It wouldn't be able to do the episodes or buy the equipment to do a podcast without the sponsors. So we're going to give a big shout out to
One Love Caribbean Food Shop in Bradford. Thank you very much.
The best Jamaican food in England, my wife will tell you. Also a big shout out to the Fat Loss King for sponsoring us. If you want to lose 5 to 20 pounds and look good for the summer, there's no better time and see results like this. Guys, keep on enjoying the podcast and don't forget to give us a shout out. Don't forget to like, share,
comment,
subscribe, and subscribe.
And subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
explain things really well. I'm more of a teacher than like a fitness coach or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I went from the Bronx and I started teaching in Manhattan. And people pay an ungodly amount of money for one-on-one session.
Yeah.
So I just kept going, and then the motivation aspect and motivating people and watching it like permeate into other aspects of their life, the confidence.
Yeah.
That's encouraging. That's better than money.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I get told all the time, as because I'm not really, I'm more aware of it now, but before the pandemic, I wasn't aware of what other coaches were doing. that I'm a perfectionist. It comes from boxing. So if someone lands a right hand and knock a guy out, but the hand's in this position, where I've been trained for my trainers, that's not good enough because you should have had them locked through. So when I'm teaching a squat or a deadlift or whatever it is, I expect it to look a certain way as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the teaching aspect comes in where I reel it back. Let's do that again. And I have to just, it's like, you know, lateral raise, people pulling the weight up. I'm like, it's a shoulder movement. You need to imagine someone sat here pushing the weight up and getting a pushing movement. So it's the finer details. I love that. And seeing people's bodies change through the finer details rather than just, it's like in boxing, I say to everyone all the time, if someone gets knocked out and their aspect is, I'm just going to train harder, you missed the point.
Yeah, it's not
Go back to the
no
technique.
longevity in that.
Yeah, precisely, because you haven't corrected through the teaching aspect of it. And being a coach, I just think in all sports now as well that it's dying out now. Everyone's like coaching people, we're not really teaching people, you know, and bringing it back and getting the teaching element to it. And I find that in all sports. Do you find that yourself?
Yeah, in boxing, I think everybody wants to look flashy, be cool. But I also think it's like goal related. If somebody just wants to do fitness, then just doing something fast and flashy and making sure it's fun and engaging, that's cool. But if you're actually trying to make sure somebody can go do a fight, then you probably should be teaching. And if you don't know how to teach, then you probably should be pushing them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Integrity is like a very real thing.
Yeah, 100%. Tell us a little bit about how you drifted towards boxing. How did that come about? The first time you decided you wanted to do it?
I was homeless.
Okay.
So there's a gym called Morris Park. There's a former world champion, Aaron Superman Davis.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He knocked out Mark Breland.
Yeah. Matt Breland was a good fighter as well.
Yeah, he very good. And he was actually, Aaron was like pretty much kind of, it was back and forth. The fight should have been probably stopped a few times, but then I think in the 6th or 7th round, he just clocked him and it was completely over.
Yeah.
But there's, you could get like $10 for sparring around. Hadn't eaten in a few days.
Wow.
Up in the gym. I got my ass beat.
So, that's something. How did you become homeless? If you don't want to say it, you don't have to.
Not yet.
Oh, no, it's cool.
Just tell them out there.
When I got out the military, I was very hard-headed.
Oh, you was in the military?
Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps.
He was in the Marines, yeah.
Couldn't really keep a job. I'm not the best at like listening to people. If I don't know something, I'll listen all day, even to someone I don't like, because I want to learn. But as soon as I know that I know it a bit more than you, it becomes like, why am I listening? Like I'm better at you than this, which is bad, which is not the case in boxing. So you can always learn.
You always learn.
So I couldn't really keep a job. I was let go from a bunch of jobs, and school wasn't really for me. It was a bit hard.
Yeah.
And then I knew I was going to be homeless. I had gotten into a bit of trouble for fighting. So I decided to move to New York because I was like, that's probably the easiest place to be homeless with the subway systems and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, I'll figure it out. And I had no idea I would actually figure it out, but I did.
Because you thought you knew everything. Yeah?
Yeah, I was young. I was, it was a week before I turned 25. Yeah, it was really hard. I did well. I was able to get a job at GNC after a few months, and I ended up getting fired from that job. I'm actually still friends with the guy. He shares the same birthday with Muhammad Ali. He came in on his day off to fire me.
Wow.
His name's Trevor. So Trevor's watching this show. Trevor.
Yeah, he's coming back for you, Trevor.
But that set a different direction for your life, right? Because sometimes that's what, one door closes, another door opens, right?
100%, because where we worked at GNC, I always wanted to be a trainer, but I always realized that you need to have all the aspects to train. Like you need to know about supplements and nutrition and things of that nature. So it was always the plan to eventually become a trainer. But I was like thrown into it because I couldn't find a job. I got my first job at Church Street Boxing Gym. It's a pretty famous gym in New York, in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I got the job because I didn't know at the time, but I was just working out and the owner's son, his name is Nico. He was doing a bench press or a deadlift or something, and I just gave him a tip. But then his father, who owned the gym at the time, Gennaro, he heard it. He's like, "Oh, you could teach, you could coach." I'm like, I was like, "Yeah, I don't know about that." I was like, I just gave him some advice, and then I'm pretty shy, so I was like, "I just want to work out, leave me alone."
Yeah.
And
And
then
that got you waiting.
and then the next day there's like, we'll teach you how to like really teach boxing, and like you can do classes. And it was like similar to Marine Corps boot camp, kind of like you're just yelling, but you're being motivational. There's a purpose behind everything you're doing.
Yeah.
And then I just liked it. I rolled with it, and I became really, really good at it and aggressive. And my classes started to fill up.
Wow.
They would be sold out ahead of time, which was pretty cool. And then after a few years, I was like, "Oh, I can do this on my own." So I got fired from Church Street because, again, I couldn't keep a job.
Yeah.
But I was back there about the next week at the same time because I was that good at my job that a celebrity trainer that rented space, Hollywood Hino,
Okay.
he asked him if I could come teach his classes in the same space, and they said yes because he was a big draw.
Yeah.
And then I just started teaching his classes, and then I started renting space from Church Street, like class times.
Wow.
And then I filled them all up, and then they raised the rent, and there was a bit too much to afford at the time.
Yeah.
So I stopped, and I ended up doing my own thing, and I created something called Trifecta Strong. It's like to embody sport, body, and mind, because you can't take care of your mind if you don't take care of your body, and if you're not getting the proper amount of rest and things of that nature.
That's right.
So you got to encompass like all three. And then I was able to find investors and raise a little over like $1 million for to create an application to open a gym.
Wow.
Still haven't opened the gym, but we did create the application. COVID stopped a lot of things.
Yeah.
Same
I had the same problem. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that is good achievement.
Yeah, it was just constant progression. I'm always hungry to learn. Like, if I know, even if I don't like somebody or if I don't care for somebody, if they know more than me, I'm gonna shut up and listen because I'm like a sponge. Like, I love to learn.
Teachable.
And you know what people are. That's a good encouragement for anybody out there who is planning to do something. You're never you're old to learn anything.
Be teachable.
Teachable, definitely.
You gotta be teachable and coachable.
I'm always learning from everybody. I'm always got my options open in life. I'm always picking stuff up, and I stay quiet. I'm humble. You know what I mean? I don't argue back. I listen.
You got to know your lane sometimes.
Yeah, you have to.
Like, you can't get to the next level unless you surround yourself with someone who's at that next level.
Yeah, like people that are already, I hate to say like ahead of you in life, but it's like a true thing. If you stick with people at the same level as you, you're going to plateau. If you're around people that you might view as better than you because of different aspects that you wish to attain, I guess, it's only going to push you that much.
Progression, right?
Yeah, whether it's financial, just work-wise, like even just like peace of mind. Like, some people, they don't need too much in the world, but they are so happy with what they have, and that's like a beautiful
content
thing
as
too.
well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like my older brother, we do well now. We're not like, we don't struggle because we started everything in like a 1-bedroom. Like, I lived in the bedroom. He lived on a bunk bed, and then we would train people in the living room.
Wow.
That's sacrifice.
I love it, man.
That's sacrifice.
I love it.
My brother Gardier.
Yeah.
And now that we have stuff, he still doesn't. He'll ride a bike in the rain. Like, he doesn't care. Like, because he just does what genuinely makes him happy.
Yeah.
And that's like why I look up to him so much, because it's not about what people are seeing. It's about like what's inside of him, and that helps him grow.
That's good, man. So what motivates you? I gotta like into the boxing now. Which boxer motivates you to carry on with this journey? What you're going through right now?
Boxer that motivates me. Yeah. I don't know. Matty Harris is a good one.
Yeah.
But I would say boxer that motivates me would be I like motivation is hard. I would say Marvin Hagler's mindset.
Marvin Hagler,
I like
why?
The war mindset. Like,
Yeah?
always straight on. Like, you just got to get it done. You got to move forward. You got to do it. Like, whatever's happening, extenuating circumstances, like, F it. Like, keep pushing forward.
You take a little bit of that when you're fighting, that sort of style, that mindset. You take that.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see it.
Because I'm not the best boxer by any
Boy,
means,
you're
but
fighting,
I'm
you're
tough.
confident.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Have to be.
Nice, I like that.
Just knowing a little bit about you, though, like listening to you talk about the things you've been through, calculating your age, and you mentioned 25. I mean, this is all come in a very short period of time, right?
Yeah. You're doing well.
And and your strength is your journey.
Yeah, you have to find. A lot of people just want like the end result. Like you have to enjoy
Yeah.
like the hunt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
the destination. They're thinking about the
That's it.
destination all the time.
But when you look back at it, the most fun I ever had was like there was a point in time I lived on the trains in New York for like almost 18 months, and I was making I think like $187. My room was $125. A Metro
Wow.
card was $32. So I had like 150. Metro card was like 32. I had like $12 a week to eat. So I was eating dollar slices of pizza. But I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
around, you're meeting people,
Yeah,
meeting customers.
I had so much fun.
Wow.
And I look back at it now because I'd be like, I would really suck.
But you know,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
New York, it doesn't sleep. So you know, if you're homeless, it's not too bad because people's always out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's just what you put into it and your outlook on it. If you think like I'm stuck here forever, then it's gonna be
Stay
miserable.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But if you know there's more and you truly feel that, like I've always felt like there's more for me. I still feel like that. Like I feel like where I'm at, like it's not as far as I intend to go. You know. So as long as I'm progressing and I'm still dreaming, because I feel like your dreams are the true reality.
Are you a religious person?
Not to any one religion.
You don't
but
practice it, but
I believe in like a higher power.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely have like faith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, man. That's brought you through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You've got good expectations on yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm my own worst critic.
Yeah.
I beat myself up all the time. If
Yeah.
I do something wrong, I constantly get upset and annoyed because I just want to be better. I like have that need.
That's
like,
right.
That unsatiable desire just to actually be better. Yeah, like I have to. If I'm not like, even if it's just a tiny bit better, like that's cool with me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, something
As long as
that-
you're moving forward.
Yeah, if there's no forward momentum, it's like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then like people that don't have forward momentum, in my mind, they don't really try. Because like I said, you got to be resourceful. You got to like, okay, if this isn't working, well, then what can work? Or there's no way it's just a
You know how to
standstill.
pivot.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've had to learn. The pandemic, friends and family and people around me, either one or two things, made them rich or made them poor. They lost everything or gained everything. The people that could pivot, the pandemic was a blessing for me.
People learn a lot from this pandemic.
Yeah, well, it was a blessing for me because I was in the gym. I was working 6 to 9 clients, hitting the wall, good living, knackered, never seen my wife. Now I'm online and probably more money. Got more time back to do other things.
This is better.
Precisely, which has made me realize location freedom. The dream is by the end of the year to live in Bali. And I wouldn't have done that without the position to pivot. Yeah, because I think because I'm older now. I'm 45. This year, 6 friends have died. Random things around my age, and it's made me think. When I think back on my life and ask other people what are the things that they remember, it's like, oh, a holiday to Thailand, a holiday here, a holiday there, and I'm thinking, if I were in a position to be able to be on a permanent holiday. And not have to worry about finance and money because it's going. If you take $1,000 here and you live there, it's like earning $10,000.
For real?
Yeah, then people survive on $6 a day.
Shall we go?
Do you understand what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
Come and, Matt is coming out. Come and see me when I go out to Bali. Yeah, we go out there. Yeah, come out on a holiday out there.
Yeah, man.
And it, yeah, and it just the money lasts for everything. And you could close something down on a Saturday night. A restaurant on a Saturday night on the high street, pay them $1,000 and feed all your family, 200 people. Yeah, it just lasts forever. It's like going to Jamaica. I think it's more beautiful than the Caribbean, but
think so?
it's cheaper. Understand what I mean?
Well, Jamaica's expensive. I feel like because all the import taxes and
Like-
stuff like that. But it's beautiful. I love
Yeah,
Jamaica. I go
yeah.
all
It's
the time.
nice, man.
Yeah, so over there it's similar looking, but the economy's down, but everyone's smiling. You know what you said about when you were going through that difficult patch, but you were still happy in some ways? The people are smiling. They're not driving. They've got nothing, but they always give you a smile. They always give you time of day and all the rest of it. And it's made me realise in the West, you people see big houses, Lamborghinis, all the rest of it. They're not always the happiest.
Happiest.
Yeah, everybody's depressed.
Yeah.
At some point in time, yeah. I don't think money like changes anything like that. It just you might be a bit more depressed with something shiny.
Our trainer, Edwin, and my trainer, Brendan, famous trainer, used to say, money gives you independence to do what you want to do, but it doesn't make it happy.
I would 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah, that's what we learn. And what with the other thing that I've learned as I've got older, you probably finding out is when people are not your friends and people around you are going a different direction for you, you've got to politely cut them off if they're stopping your progression.
1,000%. Yeah, I would. It's a bit cutthroat, but I would fire my own grandmother if I had to. I believe in
Driven.
I compartmentalize a lot. So if like we have a goal and that's for work, like even with my brother, we argue sometimes. It's like if this is what we have to do, this is what we have to do. If you don't want to do it, screw it. Like I'm gonna find somebody else to do it with me.
Yeah.
And then it just has to get done because we set a goal. So we're not gonna stop at the goal because one of us is uncomfortable. We're gonna make sure that shit happens.
Yeah, you've learned the trick of being being comfortable and being uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
So
That's the trick, right?
content.
Got to move forward. You can't, it's cool, we have all this, we can stop. Like, no.
Carry on.
We got to keep going
Yeah,
because there's more to have. There's more people to help. There's more people. Like, I love giving back. So that there's always more to be able to do. And a lot of people like to give back, but they don't really have, like, their finances and stuff in order.
Yeah.
Emotional philanthropy doesn't help anybody. You can't capitalize on helping those outside. And then you just mess up your own pockets, which puts your own goals back. So it doesn't make sense.
So true that my wife used to tell me off for that all the time. I used to be all the time. I used to be believe it or not, after boxing, I became a pastor in the church, and I used to have people in need all the time. And I was doing well financially with my personal training, and I would be giving people money all the time. And she'd be saying, "There's some people we see in life moving ahead of us because you're helping them."
Yeah.
But if you really want to help people, you have to hold back a little bit, make sure that you have enough, that you're moving forward, you're progressing forward. And
So you can do it on a larger scale.
yeah, that's exactly what you just said there. And that's something that I've had to learn, that the fact that you know it like 15 years younger than me, I wish I'd have known it. I might be retired by now.
But, at the end of the day, because he's been there when you have nothing. So,
Yeah.
we never had experience to know
Yeah.
he had nothing. So
Yeah.
that's why it's easier for him to understand, well, let me build myself first to help them.
I love that you know
Because
that.
if not, I'm going to got to start from the beginning and they're going to go past me.
Yeah.
And they might not even come back to help you. You know what I mean?
What I love about what he's saying, though, is he's been
Humble.
through certain
Yeah,
things
yeah,
in
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And
Learning
some
curve.
people can get bitter with that and think, now I've got what I want, forget everyone
you
else.
later.
But you're giving.
Yeah, nah, you gotta pay it
You get a
forward.
blessing, man.
Yeah.
Always pay it forward, even if it's it doesn't necessarily need to be monetary. Like you just have to pay it forward. I do a lot of give backs. Like I do turkey drives every year. We give out like 500 plus turkeys in the same community I started in.
Unbelievable.
Turkeys are getting expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's getting expensive.
Yeah.
A couple summers ago, we still do it. I'm on a board of it's called Today I'm Brave. We send about 100 to 200 kids to summer camp entire summer. So like stuff like that. So that way, like they're not getting money and all this other stuff, but what they are getting is a place to stay for the summer that keeps them off the streets. They have programs in arts and all these things, so they can learn how to deal with like the turmoil of when they get back to the school season and help them stay out of trouble and help them look at things in a different light and realize that people do care and like it doesn't matter how bad things are, they can always be better. You know what I mean?
You're a fighter, but you're a good man as well, I could tell.
Yeah, no, I try to be because when I grew up, I didn't have any of the stuff that I help people out with. So I just, if I could help like a kid out and make them realize like, hey, life's not completely over. Like everything's going to be fine. You just got to, in time, everything's going to work out. If you put in the work, if you just hope it's going to work out, this shit's not going to work out. But if you keep trying and you go through all like the trials and tribulations and all that.
That's how you learn.
We need more people like you and your generation as well, because kids nowadays, they've got an entitlement culture to them. Like they want everything handed.
Yeah.
We need to snap that out of society.
Yeah, I think it's because all the electronics and stuff like that. Yeah.
Social media as well.
Yeah, social media is addictive. They make it like that on purpose.
Like having a good time, but they're not. Because all these kids like, put up like, oh, I'm having a good time, I'm making this. And making other kids look at it and think, oh, I want to be like him.
Controversial stuff sells. It's very hard nowadays to. I think negativity has a louder voice. Recently I've stopped selling my business, and I've been going on saying I've got psoriasis, and showing them pictures of my psoriasis. I'm going on and say I suffer from depression and anxiety.
Be real.
But how I get past it is being keeping busy, and these are the 3 steps that I do. And I'm getting people sending me voice messages saying I was going to commit suicide 6 weeks ago. I came across your post and it's changed the direction. And you realize that when you can build a following and an influence and do something good with that. But it's very hard in the world we live in where there's so many people doing controversial, negative things.
Paul, you do this for us, yeah? Just look in the camera and try and encourage somebody from what you've been through and what they could do. Encourage somebody right in that camera.
What do you want to say to them?
What are you going to say to them? Come on, Paul, man.
Put me on the spot. I would just say just always put your best foot forward. If you truly believe that you're meant for more, you will in fact be meant for more. And there's going to be people that come around you for better or worse, and you don't necessarily need to listen to them, but take bits and pieces of what makes sense to you and move forward. That's it, because I've had a lot of people that were mentors in my life and stuff like that. And again, not everything always makes sense. Some of it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But then you can always find something and learn something from everybody, no matter who they are, kid, grown man, old man. It doesn't matter.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's right. I like that.
Just move forward. Keep taking full steps. There's a saying in the Marine Corps, when things get bad, keep taking full 30s, because when you march, you take 30-inch steps. So no matter what it is, chin up, keep taking full 30s.
Keep moving forward.
That's the same attitude you bring into the fights, in your fights.
Yeah.
And the next fight as well is coming up. You bring that same attitude there. I can see it. As I went to watch you in the gym, you are working out, you're there, dedicated, you're willing to learn, and obviously
teachable.
You're not saying, oh, I can do it. No. You're taking it on, taking everything on board, but watching you.
I'm no doubt you'll be successful. That whatever you put your mind to, you'll succeed, because you're the type of person that when one door closes, what's next?
Something else.
Next?
You always find something to
next?
finish.
And keep moving forward. You have to, because you're not the type of person who can sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
Me, I get bored. I have ADHD too, so I'm always if I feel like I'm not doing something, I feel like I feel worthless almost.
I
just have to help somebody, help myself, learn something, read something, go for a walk.
You do a lot of reading?
Yeah, I read.
What do you read?
Right now, I'm reading Blink by Malcolm Gladwell.
Okay, what's that about? Because some people don't know about that book. Explain.
It's about making like fast decisions and trusting your intuition. A lot of times, like people have people have like thoughts or like they're even a better example if they have I should call my mom and check on her. Yeah. But then they neglect it for about 2 minutes, and then a week later they still haven't called their mother. So it's like making very like whatever your gut is, you go with it, and 9 times out of 10 you're actually right, and it will allow you to just get things done. It's
weird that you walk into a situation 100 times, and 99 times nothing happens, and then 100 times it says you should do something different, and it's listening to that voice inside of you.
Yeah, you gotta jump on it. You gotta trust yourself, because at the end of the day, that's the main thing that you have. Trust yourself. Because
I think at the back of your mind, it's like, when you got your phone open and you got loads of applications open, and if I showed you what's open, you'd never be able to guess it. But in the back of the phone, there's always things working. I think in the back of our mind, our ears, our eyes, our nose, we're smelling, we're hearing, seeing, and it's our intuition. And it's working even when we don't think we're working in the background, which is
100%.
telling us there's a reason for you to do it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't listen to that. I remember being a kid one time and I didn't want to go out into the playground, and I told the teacher I don't want to go out in the playground. The teacher asked me why. I said, I don't know why. I've got this feeling that something bad's going to happen. Please, can I stay inside? This happened a couple of times in my life. And then I went out into the playground, and I stayed near the door, and this Alsatian dog came through the playground and went past every kid and savaged my leg. I got scars on my leg. And it's like I had an...
What did the teacher say after that?
She asked me after, how did I know? I said, I don't know. But I have that feeling with people as well. I'm around certain people.
You sense spirits, you feel.
Another time it happened, I was in Thailand, and I got in a taxi. I was with a girl, and this guy started to go down the wrong street, and I asked her to. She was on that side, move across me, and I went to the other side. So I was behind the chair. As we were going down this lane, there was a lot of people at the end. They was going to rob us. So I choked the guy out while I was driving the car.
Go on, lad.
Because intuition. And then I got out of the car. I'm running up the street. And these people are running after me.
Wow.
It's just that, it's just a feeling, the intuition.
You gotta trust
Choked
it.
him out.
Yeah.
Have you done anything like that? Helped out anybody?
Kinda. One time I was in Kingston in Jamaica.
Yeah. Well, Kingston, how long you stay there for?
He's from
I go
Kingston.
back. I go back often. One of my friends, he boxes. Kamal Russell.
Okay.
He they like my shoes. He kept leading me around, and we were gonna find.
That's what I like in Jamaica. They're always begging stuff off you out there.
Yeah, and,
Always.
and then he was bringing me down like a kind of like a non-secluded, like there was nobody around. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I just saw a group of people. So I don't know if I would have got jumped or not, but it definitely felt like it, and I dipped out.
Yeah.
That's what it's like out there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta trust your instinct. You get robbed real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
You gotta be alert.
Good, man.
Yeah,
God was watching you, man.
Do you know, like, I suffer from ADHD as well, so I'm always having to pivot. Do you have, like, once you close one door, do you have things in your mind that you wanna
Try.
Yeah, you got ideas all the time.
I would say I have like a 15-year plan.
I like that.
I'm about like 5 years into it, and I'm about at like year 8.
I like it. Details.
Yeah, like I plan ahead. Everything, like nothing's good enough, and it's probably one thing I got to work on to like more live in the moment sometimes, because I don't, like, because I'm always focused on like, all right, we just got this done. Now this is what we got to do next, because we have steps in line, and if we can skip a bit of time, then we can move forward that much quicker. We can help my family that much quicker. We can help my brother, like, you know what I mean, like constantly progressing.
With my ADHD, sometimes I get caught up in the details too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And sometimes it can slow me down. Like, just get it out there, and I'm like, no, but it needs to look this way. It needs to look that way, and I get caught up in details.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that. I would say I'm more so of a overthinker. But like I just try to get stuff out, because I believe in building on the go. Because you could have a great idea, and if you spend too long on it, someone else is gonna have the same great idea, and if they move forward with it a bit quicker than you, they're gonna capitalize on it, and you're gonna be mad as hell.
Yeah. I've had
but
that
at the end of the day, they might move quick on it, but your idea will be better than theirs. So still go forward and do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. But I would say not to take too long. If you believe in something, you just go with it, build it on the go, improve it on the go.
That's right.
It's when you're setting an idea and then someone else comes out of it and it's like, oh man, I should have done that.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to go with it. But I know I could talk to you all day long, but we're not going to take too much more time.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not the last time. We'll come visit you and
Back.
talk to you.
And listen, I want to promote your next fight.
Yeah, let's talk about the next fight briefly.
Promote your next fight.
July 22nd in Tennessee, I'll be taking on Anthony Littleman Taylor. And
The mouthy one.
Yeah, mouthy one. And it will be fireworks. I'm here. I'm training hard. I got a lot of good learning that I'm learning, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I plan on stopping him. That's the go-to.
That's the mindset. You know what it is as well? I like your style. You know what? I watched you almost choking out Tommy Fury. Is it Tommy Fury?
Yeah.
Tell us what happened with that story. Tell the story, man. How did you feel? How was your mindset when you read it? Yeah, tell us, man.
I try not to be like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm never the first person to talk smack.
Yeah.
I'm relentless once it starts though.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, hey, it's a sport. We get to punch each other in the face on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of going back and forth? Like, and I hate being touched. So the minute somebody comes for me or touches me, then it becomes like a
thing.
Yeah,
I might have poked him in his neck. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But I just let him know. His father likes me. Every time John sees me, he shakes my hand. Like, after that, he's like, you're a good guy. You're not scared. You're a warrior. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's respect. It's a respect thing. It's not
good. That's good.
Yeah, you can't let people push you around. Like, because then
he's showing the player.
Fighters respect that. Like he's had loads of fights. Like, you end up becoming best mates down the line with the guys.
Just out of the blue, we missed each other. We've gone to the same gym, same pathway.
Yeah.
But we missed each other.
Yeah.
I slept in his bed. You know what I mean? So
Not at the same time, just put it out.
no, I mean, not at the same time, but you
That's
know
my
what I mean?
wife over there.
When he's left that bed, I've slept in it.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
yeah, man.
Listen, we appreciate your time.
Definitely.
We know you're going to training right now.
Yeah.
Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the podcast. You know a lot more about Paul now. Big fan. Keep watching the journey. He's going to go into big things because he's got a desire
Yes.
to do big things.
That's
but
right.
he's fueled with love.
Mm-hmm.
And that love is a lot. The thing about what people don't know about fighters, I want to finish on this. To be able to climb into the ring, it doesn't matter if you're an amateur, YouTuber, whatever you are, professional.
Hard.
You got to have heart. General public, men who think that being strong and hard, not showing vulnerability, not showing love, not showing compassion, you might need to recheck that a little bit because to get in there, it's all heart.
Different.
It's all heart.
And it's,
all heart.
and it's passionate as well. It's a passionate. So after you fought your opponent and you see your opponent 10 years down the line, that's your brother.
Respect.
That's your brother. To
100%.
respect, we get in this.
Yeah.
It's your brother.
We handle our business and move on.
That's right. So, yeah. Thank
With
you.
that, we'll check out,
Check
hit the
out.
music.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning to the 13th and Final Round podcast.
And don't forget to like and share.
Hit that notification button so you get the notifications.
Yes, definitely. And tell a friend. And tell
Subscribe.
a friend. Subscribe. We're here.
We're here and we out.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.